Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the United States of a Movie podcast. We're the movie podcast that makes every Monday a fun day as we get together and we talk movies. But we have a purpose here at the United States of a Movie. We try to find one movie to define each state in these United States. We've already done one trip around the states. We're currently on our second. And mio oh mio, we stopped in Ohio, where last time around our champion was Tommy Boy. And boy, oh boy, did we bring two banger movies that I cannot wait to talk about this week. But before we get there, though, let's welcome back my amazing co-host, Ryan Sander. As always, buddy, welcome back to the show.
I just got back from my MRI, and I was hoping that by the curse of God, the building would be struck by lightning, and I would be transformed into ones and zeros.
Next time, my friend.
Can only
next time. But also sitting, as always, in the middle of his very own video store in Los Angeles, California, Will Hush, buddy, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. I just got back from my rollerblading competition. We all almost died, but goddamn was it awesome.
the devil's backbone, baby. Yeah, I tell you. So like I said, Tommy Boy, it was our champion last time, which was somewhat controversial considering it was also a road trip movie, but I think it just also had some of that heart. It had that sort of like the Sandusky heart. But in this time around, man, one of these movies is a movie that Ryan selected for Ohio a year ago. In fact, it's also considered to be this podcast one of our favorite movies because we've only all been in the same place once since we started the show, and one of the morning was ruined by Terrifier, but the day was rescued by the movie that you guys chose.
Come on, it's a great double feature. They really complement each other nicely.
I was more split.
Tell us about the movie. Tell us about it. Come on.
So I picked it was 92, I believe. Yeah, 92. I picked Airborne, a 93. Movie about 93.
Get it right, Ryan. 1993.
Well, maybe I saw an advanced copy. But I picked 93's, Airborne, the Seth Green vehicle about rollerblading and romance, I guess.
Not just Seth Green, also a young Jack Black.
A young Jack Black, yeah. And
a young chicken jockey.
And our favorite, Edie McClurg.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, so good. Yeah, it tells the story of just a surf-loving, Gandhi-loving, just California bra, whose parents are like, hey, fuck you, we're going to Australia. Go fuck yourself, you're moving to Ohio. That's actually the plot.
I mean, it's so funny to rewatching this again, because I probably never watched this with fresh eyes. I've been reliving this since the 90s. His parents are like environmentalists or something, where they're going to Australia, and he gets home. He's so excited. He's like, oh, great, we're going to Australia. They're like, no, we're going to Australia. You're going to Ohio to live with your cousin.
I'm 90% sure that they're like, oh, we're going to some, environmentalists, archaeologists, whatever they're doing.
Studying a wombat.
They're going to a 6-month swinger party is what
I was
they're
gonna
doing.
say same thing.
My question was, who is watching after this dog for 6 months?
Right, yeah.
I was hoping the movie would just cut back to the dog just destroying this house. Because they're like, oh, do we feel like we forgot something in a Home Alone type scenario? That's the movie.
That's the spin-off right there, actually. This is a movie that Will and I, when we sat down to watch it, we sort of look at Ryan like, seriously, this is your follow-up to Terrifier is this? And we start off making fun of this movie. We're cracking gags about this movie. And by the end of the movie, wow, we are all in. And it does have a final action scene that, again, rewatching it this time, I'm like, how did they not kill anybody?
This movie came out at the early stages of the X Games, so rollerblading was really big at that time. Yeah, and I think this type of actiony extreme sports movies were just starting to get popular. But we can talk about it. The one thing I clocked, the opening scene opens with this cool rollerblading thing with him and his buddy. And I don't know a lot about surfing, but do they just keep your surfboards at the ocean for you?
Dude,
Because they don't bring their fucking surfboards, but
I
sure as shit brings it back.
question. I think they stole those surfboards. So they skated down. The scene we don't see is them mugging two California dudes, stealing their surfboards and then walking back with them. Because that was, we start with a plot hole and we don't care. No,
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We don't
It's
care
probably
even slightly.
It's probably the surfboards belonging to like the
To War Child and
no, I was gonna say to the bad guys from Point Break.
yeah.
The evil surfing gang. You know, it's probably their surfboards. Now that those guys are dead, they're like, hey, we got some abandoned surfboards. Take 'em.
They just lift the crime scene tape and just like, I guess we'll need
But I'll tell you what. Anymore. I'll tell you what though. Before we get into talking about Airborne, let's also bring in the other 1993 Ohio set movie.
Great year for movies.
We did on this this particular week. And as soon as we I think all it took was us reading the description of the movie, and we said, "Do it." And I'm so glad we did. Will, tell us about this other movie. You chose it because of the director.
Yes, it's from the director of Tank Girl, which is one of my favorite bad bonkers movies of all time.
Now your second favorite bad bonkers.
Now my second favorite.
Since this one.
Wow. You guys were sure I was going to hate this movie too.
For sure. I'm shocked.
I loved it. Ghost in the Machine. Sorry, Karen Allen and I'm sure other people. Yeah.
the half the cast of The Sandlot.
Right, yeah. And of course, I was destined to love this movie because the last 20 minutes are just Terminator. Mm-hmm. It's not another movie. It is they literally went to go see Terminator 2 and they're like, oh, we can do that on $13. Let's do it.
Yeah. I saw this movie as a kid because my dad was really into computers. And in this era, I mean, it was as though they just took every computer generated effect possible and then built a movie around it.
Yeah.
Right. So this era of it was this hackers, virtuosity, the Lawnmower Man, this pocket of really bad CGI. Yeah. But it's somehow so charming in this really bad movie.
Well, I love it. This movie is a combination of movies we've done on the show. It's taken elements of Blown Away. You know, it's it takes elements of that the one I keep forgetting, the Emilio Estevez, Stephen King takes over.
Maximum Overdrive.
Maximum Overdrive. Yes. So take some of that and throw that in there as well. But I will say is that, I mean, and we were talking about it on the text thread, is that Ghost in the Machine is a bad movie, but it's also not a bad movie. They're doing some really cool stuff if I'd rented this on VHS as a kid with my brothers and watched this at home, would have enjoyed it. Cool miniature work, cool POV work, cool. Oh, it's also a combination. It's cool Final Destination shit.
Yeah,
as
it's
well.
very it's
how's the death
precursor?
You know, when's it gonna happen? How's it gonna happen? I will not bring it up, but we have to focus at least half the podcast on talking about the most surprising death from this. But it's just
I audibly gasped.
I burst out laughing.
I was in tears. Oh my god!
It does the Blown Away thing where there's all of this tension. We'll get into the plot, but they were running out of set pieces to do, and they're like, I guess we'll use another kitchen.
There's 3 or 4 kitchen scenes in this, and you're just and
they're all great. They're all each one better than the last.
It's just we've even got the mum from Arrested Development.
Jessica Walter.
And I was the whole time just what could this pants cost? $20?
It's literally it's the exact same character.
Yeah. But I got so the plot of Ghost in the Machine. Okay, look.
Go on.
This is a very Ohio. It's based in Cleveland, Ohio, where we see the opening of the movie starts kind of a bit shocking, kind of a bit creepy. I liked it. But there is a serial killer known as the address book killer who basically breaks into your house, murders you, finds your address book, and then murders everybody else in your address book.
That sounds like a lot of work.
It is. It's a very strange obsession to have.
So the next person on the list, does he take their phone book and
their address book?
He's I'm wondering.
It's exhausting.
That's a good point. No, you've got to go through, and then the next one you get a new address book or something like that. I have no idea. He's got
how did he get through enough victims?
Serial kills.
How did he get through enough victims to be dubbed the address book killer? It's just it would have to be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds.
Yeah, right. They're and it's guys, it went from A to Z.
They just use that as
Yeah.
just use that as a plot device to sell whatever this new address book software was that
Yes.
Karen Allen
Yeah.
purchases.
That's the real answer.
It's
Yeah.
so like the visual effects of like computer animated stuff in the '90s. It's so fucking funny to me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it just slashes through. It's great. It's great. But
I
yeah,
just
sorry.
like actually no, mate. Yes, yeah, I can't wait to talk about that too. Okay, so yes. So there's an address book killer. Movie starts with off doing a murder. He goes to he's got all his murdery things in the back of the car.
My tools. Yep.
And so and then okay, like I said, we jump to Karen Allen, who works for like an airline. She's looking for a gift for her anally retentive a boss.
Yeah.
Her son is the exact same character, but not from Airborne. Honestly, you'd think that the same actor could have played
More of a '90s hip hop
Right.
forward.
I would
You
even
know
say
what I mean?
this kid's a
Cousins.
piece of shit. I'll
Yeah,
say it.
he
This
is a
kid
dick.
sucks. The kid from Airborne is awesome.
I
That's
take
me. I'd
umbrage
have
in that
Airborne.
because I was that kid in the '90s. I was like,
Oh,
this
so a
is fucking
dick.
cool.
Yeah.
Really, how much are you paying your babysitter to flash you? Like,
Oh, we
is
gotta
that-
get to that one too. There's so much to talk
Not
about.
enough, apparently.
But like there is this software that's being demonstrated and it says, oh no, you can scan it in and it puts all of your information into the computer. Bish bash bosh. Now there's a guy that also works in this computer store with just the most like
He looks like
you know,
Yeah.
a serial
Michael-
killer is what he fucking
he looks
like.
like Dexter Morgan, like that
Yeah,
actor.
yes.
Yeah,
Michael C. Hall or
Michael C.
like-
Hall. Yeah, but he's
Yeah.
like weirdly just very sweaty and
Yeah.
the bit where he like leans over and like looks at the kid like because the
He's
kid
just-
tries to walk over and touch his computer and he's like, don't fucking touch that.
Yeah. He's one step away from having a bloody knife in his hand in that
Yeah.
scene and just being like, "What are you doing?" You know.
And it's amazing. It's amazing
Yeah.
because he does just look like the sweatiest.
He looks so
serial killer.
serious. They really nailed that. I'd like never seen that guy in anything before, but I was like, this guy definitely.
Well, it's because he lives inside the machines now, buddy. He's
Oh.
watching right now.
That's right.
But like a bit that's to me is so stupid is honestly just so much about this movie. But yeah, so she leaves. Karen Allen leaves her address book behind. So now the guy he's got his address book, and this is the bit that I was cracking up because he gets in the car and he goes, "Yep, I'm gonna go do some killing, and
Yep.
I'm gonna go kill Karen Allen." So he gets
and
in
of
his
course
car.
it's raining and
Pissing
storming.
rain.
Yeah.
But now guys, explain this scene to me. He decides that he would drive there at great speed. So like
On the wrong side of the road,
he's
yeah, just-
zipping through, yep, on the road, and the entire time he's doing it.
killing.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he's like sort of giggling, and then he gets himself into an accident. The car flips through. It goes through the middle of like a cemetery, and it cuts back to him upside down, and he's going,
Yeah.
He's
I'm
having
like,
a great time.
Yeah. He's like, this is exactly how I planned this to happen.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I was
it's great.
like, why is this guy laughing at his fuck up as he's on his way to die?
You'd think like a cemetery would be the place a serial killer would want to be last because
Yeah.
everyone's already dead. There's nothing
Right.
to do. It's just
Right.
like, and-
Or although it is just like a sea of like stone address books. You could
Oh,
or-
there you go.
Well, I guess like tombstones don't usually include the address and phone number.
Well, the address is where they are right now.
in
Currently
memoriams don't usually
into-
include how they die.
That's right. But does he know? He's like, oh man, I'm gonna be so ghosted in the machine after this.
Exactly.
Like, I don't know.
This is what I mean. He should be frustrated. He didn't get to do any killing. But then this is where we start having some, like, I would say the director and the cinematographer are having fun in this movie because we get this pretty cool POV of him being cut out of the car by the cops.
It's great
and
camera work.
POV
Yeah.
of them like in the hospital and then all this kind of stuff. And then so he's being put in for an MRI. And while he's getting that MRI, Richard Schiff, Toby from
Yeah.
West Wing,
Yes.
Yeah.
he's there.
The guy
and
from
he's-
Geostorm?
Yeah,
I was
he's
hoping
like-
he'd be in the movie more. He never
Yep.
comes up again.
Damn
Yeah.
it, I know. He was in it for like 5 minutes. And he's like, oh man, the power's really like, spiking with all this electrical storm. So lightning, it's the classic trope.
It strikes the power plant or something, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
it strikes the transformer, which spikes the power while he is inside the sort of the MRI.
yeah.
And it basically beams.
You get the cool scan shot of his like
that's pretty
skull,
good.
his face and skull and his flash. Like, well, that doesn't happen, but
But
Right.
it basically takes his consciousness and it puts him inside. What is the name of the? It's not Skynet, but it is Skynet. Do you remember the name of the computer? But like the place-
DataNet.
DataNet. There.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
So
was they were like again, it was the early 90s. They didn't really have these cool fancy like tech company names. They're just like, I don't know, just mash the two words that we have together, data
the
net.
Yeah, they gotta be two cyber names.
CompuServe,
That yeah.
Netscape,
Yeah,
Right.
it's like yeah, exactly. Because the phone company is called like Compu something or other. Like it doesn't matter.
phony ring.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
but like, so, so it's also been established that this company exists as well. We've got the other guy, Chris Mulkey, turns up, the wettest human being ever.
Well, also because you're introduced to him. There's even before that, right? You get the scene. It's in the basketball court where the young boy scams him. The young boy and his friends scam him with the famous lottery ticket scam. They're like, "Oh man, I've got this winning lottery ticket, but I'm not 18, so I can't cash it in. But I'll give it to you if you give me the $100."
Hmm.
And he's got his friend on the phone portraying the lottery company that's like, "Yeah, it's a winning ticket," and then.
Was that? Oh, no, that was just a random guy.
Same. No, it's the same guy.
No. Oh
Yeah,
man, I didn't even
Wait.
notice that.
No,
No,
like
it's the same guy.
that's
No.
not Chris
no.
Mulkey.
See,
No,
yeah,
no.
Chris Mulkey turns up in he turns up in his
Oh
car
shit.
that can't close. He's soaking wet. We Rick Ducommun, like he's from like he turns up in Groundhog Day, Die Hard. The guy with the mustache. I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
this guy.
he every time I hear that guy, I just hear like, yeah, I'm here at Nakatomi. Like that's
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah,
guy.
yeah, yeah. He's yeah, so he's like his boss, and so they have this sort of like software
Oh yeah.
company, and he's like, yeah, we even get, I love it. We get the exposition of like, Chris' character, and he's like his boss is like, no, don't you remember when we were in college in Ohio, and you were like
Yeah.
Mr. Cool, and you did your thing with the IRS, and everybody wanted you, but now I'm your boss, and so
Yeah.
we've established that we've got this kind of bad boy hacker
Yeah. Sure.
in a
Yeah.
way that knows computers. But this company is basically like just sort of an information mainframe, and of
Yeah.
all places, our serial killer ends up as a digital thing inside this mainframe, and from this
Hmm.
mainframe, he starts wreaking havoc. And I have
Hmm.
to be honest, by this point, I was all in on
This
this
is in the
movie.
first like 7 minutes of
It
this
does it
movie.
very
So
efficiently.
so fast. Yeah.
And it's
There's
like,
no fan on this.
there's, yeah, honestly, like my only note on this movie, the biggest problem I have with it is that it ends. And it was only, and then it was 90 minutes long. So like for me, I feel like the last 20 minutes we just bang, 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 bang. We got to finish this off and kill the guy and roll the credits. I'm like, no, make this a 2-hour movie. Let's
Yeah.
get into the lore. Let's kill some more people because I
There
like
wasn't
that's the
enough
only
like
thing.
elaborate deaths in this. Like
Yes,
Right.
there's
I
really only like
agree.
3 major ones because I
Mhm.
feel like the budget was really running out by the tail end of this
Yeah.
movie. Like they spent I can only imagine they spent a lot of money on all of the effects that were brand new that they were doing, especially at the end, which is a little
Just so bad.
Yeah.
it's real bad.
It's-
But like if you've ever seen Lawnmower Man, it's like that type of CGI. It's basically the cartoon reboot,
Yeah.
essentially. Like just
Very
very
much.
primitive. Like it's great. I
And
love
it's
it.
Yeah.
like it's a shame, honestly, that like it's in a way. I was actually just listening to like Blank Check talking about Jurassic Park randomly last night, and it's kind of like they're talking about the moment when practical and CGI sort of started blending, right? When it's kind of like what you're saying is that when you didn't have the budget, it doesn't work. It doesn't
Mhm.
hold up. They were trying something new, and I'm like, good, but I'm like, in a way, it's like it's the like nowadays in movies like the new Final Destination movie, that like people talking about how they're using CGI for gore, CGI for the kills, and I was like, it's always better when it's
Yeah,
practical. Look at The
for sure.
Thing, look at The Fly, look at like how those
Yeah.
movies are just as horrifying today as they
Yeah.
were when they came out. Whereas like, you're watching Ghost in the Machine and we get digital serial killer, and it's just,
Yeah.
just nothing moves quite right, and it
But this still also does have a lot of good practical stuff
that's
in
what
it.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
If they
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
stuck,
yeah.
if they could have stuck to practical, and you just like, I know they're being digital, but
Yeah.
everything practical about in this movie
It's
works.
so fun. It's like because I was thinking of hackers too. It's like someone was just like, let's try and imagine what it would look like to be inside of a computer and you're moving around, or like Johnny Mnemonic. It's just
Yes.
all of it was the
Yes.
same idea of what the inside of a computer looks
Yeah,
like.
the information superhighway looks
Even
just like buildings and like information that moves around like
it's a
cars.
city. Yeah, even like the more recent, if you see Michael Mann's Black Hat, he does that in like the intro of that film, and it's basically the same thing. It's just
I've
like going through
almost
Ethernet
put that
cables.
on like 17 times. You've got the director's cut. Is it
Yeah.
good? Am
Yeah.
I going to be disappointed? I'm going to do it.
No.
I got it. I love Michael Mann.
No, it's
Yeah.
re-edited and in like a much more coherent way. It's a great movie.
I need to check that out too. But I know what you mean. Like with like this is always my issue with Tron is
Yeah.
like, you know, the Tron movies, it's like we went into the computer and there's like we're programs, but they're going to like coffee shops and like they're hanging out at like clubs. And I'm like, what do you mean they're programs? Like it's just stuff that doesn't
Yeah.
really make any sense.
Yeah.
Like you said, like reboot. It's just,
Mate, they fixed it. They've got Jared Leto in it, so it's done.
oh, well, no
I
more
was just gonna say,
problems.
just watch Free Guy. It's basically
Yeah. It's
To be
funny
honest,
that
though,
like
I will be watching the new Tron because I want that Nine Inch Nails soundtrack.
I will download that soundtrack, kind of like I did for the last movie where I was like, Daft Punk's doing.
they said
soundtrack.
it's just basically
so cool.
it's just a Nine Inch Nails soundtrack that comes with a free movie.
Pretty much, yeah. That's how I'm treating it. But like, it's funny that it wasn't until like The Matrix where they're like, "What does the world inside a computer look like?" A simulation of our world.
Yeah.
Right.
That's basically it. Like, we don't need to like put neon lights and everything. It's just an office building looks like an office building.
But those effects, they're so fucking funny and so bad. Like, but each different, like, I have to credit this film, like each different form of software that they're using, be it like the phone book or the phone company or the data center, they all have a different, unique kind of look and aesthetic to them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like when he's navigating, like hacking all of this shit.
And I love the bit like, see, you know, so the serial killer can like access through like electrical plugs and stuff. But like when he can be like inside the computer, and at one time like we get the POV of him on the other side of the screen.
Yeah, in
and
the
the
ATM
writing is
machine.
backwards and stuff like that. Brilliant.
Very RoboCop kind of, like when you see from his POV.
Dug it.
It's cool.
I dug it.
It's cool.
That's the thing. The movie is not lazy. That's what I really appreciate about it. They're really trying hard. They don't quite have the resources to do it. And I suspect they were probably short on time. Like for filming, they probably did not have months and months of pre-production. So like for what it's trying to do, they're actually doing a really admirable job.
And it does every trick in the book. It's using like crazy camera angles and digital effects and miniature work. Like when he's going through the power lines, I'm like, that's a fucking miniature of this little neighborhood. That's really cool.
No,
Awesome.
that's a great point, Will. And it's like, it's, and we talk about it all the time, is when you're pushed into a corner, you have to get creative. It had a $12 million budget. There's honestly not a lot of information about this movie online. It's very hard to find anything about this movie. And, you know, it's been put into sort of like a group of other sort of movies, kind of like the ones you're talking about. And some became kind of cult movies after the fact. And this one just kind of came and went, and I think we're all going to be kind of champions for this movie.
I love this movie.
Oh, for
like,
sure.
No, you should watch it.
Every time they mention like Cleveland or Ohio, I was like,
yes, exactly. There's like, it's the Bank of Ohio, it's the power of Ohio.
Everything. This is just like Cleveland Power Plant.
Yeah,
just like but it's so much better. That's like our new version of license plates. Like, you don't. I don't think you see any license plates in this, but you see just like Cleveland High School.
Characters are practically stopping to be like, this doesn't happen here in Cleveland, Ohio. To the screen, it's like, yes.
The drive time radio. Hey,
welcome to Cleveland. OHIO. We have to start talking about, because the kills in this movie. Okay, one, masterful, but two, like whatever you think it's gonna be, they take it so much further. Let us start with the first one. Frank Mallory, her boss, who decides to. It's like it's the 90s where people still got excited about microwave food.
I will say I guess maybe it's built in the plot because she's got this like it's a whole thing. Like she keeps trying to find her phone book, which is this like massive tome. But I think because he was only able to, he only scanned the first page, the first 5 numbers. I'm like, what? She only have 5 people in this thing. I just it was just the first page that was digitized. So it's her boss.
Yeah, her boss is number 1. And so he's like on his computer, like I said, we get this whole like stalky sort of thing. The serial killer comes into his house. He's put some, I think, Salisbury steak or something.
Yeah.
You know, like, but he looks at it and he goes, and puts it
He
in the
opens
microwave.
up his freezer and he goes through like this library of frozen dinners, like, yes.
It's like I said, it was that time of our life where everyone was like, "Oh, microwave solving all of our problems."
Yeah, this guy's got a microwave. He must have money. Like,
So the serial killer gets into the microwave, and apparently, Oppenheimer's it. You know, like basically,
it goes nuclear. Yeah,
it goes actually nuclear. And guys, I mean, I'm just even now. I cannot. Like, for you guys at home, you've got to find it. Go to YouTube if you must. Type in "Ghost in the Machine."
It's probably on Daily Motion because it's pretty
microwave
graphic.
kill.
Yeah.
But like, he comes in, his microwave's going bonkers, and like, you know how they say, all right, well, if you can't have a microwave running with the door open because it's dangerous. Well, apparently it's real fucking dangerous, guys.
It just turns your entire room into a microwave.
It is. Yeah. And it's like, and there was again, you're talking about like tricks and effects. Like, so they do a time lapse on a bunch of grapes to make it seem like the grapes.
Very cool.
And they doing like the practical effect. This guy microwaves. It's like he gets nuked. He's got stuff all over his stuff.
Oh,
other things are melting.
Gnarly.
It is.
And
Popcorn popping.
Yeah.
It's brilliant though.
Yeah.
Like they said,
so
let's do
cool.
7 gags to show how bad this is. And I was like going, what the fuck is wrong with this
And
microwave?
how does he die? He falls over and bonks his head.
As well. Yes. Exactly.
I love the every kill has like a double kill. So you're thinking, oh, he's just gonna like explode in some like Garth Marenghi gooey fashion, but no, he just like bonks his head.
But by that point he's covered.
But then even the blood is like boiling. It's so fucking gnarly.
And things. That's where we start. Absolutely. Like, and that's kind of like, you know, it's to both of the points that you guys have made perfectly demonstrated in that scene about like Will is like, you know, like they're not pulling any punches. They're actually putting the effort in. They've really gone for it. And like, you know, Ryan, like selling it with all of this like old school tricks as well and using just brilliant.
And it's a credit to that because we talked about this on our like The Good Son episode. When you do a horror thriller film where the lead is like a young kid, it's really hard to make like a R-rated graphic horror film like this, you know?
Yeah. And it was just the effects again are just so good. Like just the bubbling under the skin. You know, you're trying to figure out like, okay, where does the prosthetic begin and where does like that guy's actual body begin? And it's done so well.
Yeah.
It was at that point in the movie, I'm like, I am so sold on this.
And it just
rules. I was like, I'm gonna go microwave some popcorn because I am all in.
There's so many like. Because I think you have to understand too, like all of the people that die in this film are in her address book, so they're close to her, so it's her boss, and like we'll get into every other one. But it's like how many funerals in a row? Because it cuts to like
it keeps cutting to
it goes to the funeral, which then like they the reveal. This fucking set me over the edge. It's this funeral setting for her boss, where the coffin is in the thing, and they're like, "Well, I guess we'll just cremate it right here in front of everybody
with an open door."
And they're all just sitting there watching the flames go up. I'm like, wait, does this happen at funerals? I was dying.
This is totally how it works.
And then he gets into the thing, it launches out, the body flies, and it's just a dream. I'm like, oh, thank God. I really hope they don't do this at funerals in Ohio.
Honestly, though, when you bring it up, I was thinking the same thing as how many times we cut to a situation where the boy is sitting next to his mother after someone else has died. Oh no, another one. Grandma's almost gone. The babysitter's gone. It was just like there's a lot of therapy for this kid. After this week, but
the launching of the burnt corpse. It's like he was already crispy. Like
he's double fried him. It was great.
I think they should have held it as a freeze frame for just a second or two. Like,
record scratch. You're probably wondering how I got here.
But an even better kill is the next one. So it's established. So like I realized, okay, so it's Frank Mallory and then Elliot Miller and Carol okay, so they're all the M's of her address book. I'm just noticing the character names, right?
Okay, yeah.
So we've got Boss. So it just so happens that 3 of the most important people in her life also have M's. Because, the other guy is someone that she's kind of on a date with. Yes, and Mom. So, this guy, Elliot, is a guy...
Why would he be on page 1 of her address book? Like, between mom and babysitter?
Yeah, and why are the M's page 1? Anyway, it was so great because we established he works and he's calling her like, no, no, hey, you said you'd come down to the research area where they do crash test, sort of crumple zone research on cars.
Yeah.
Much like in Tommy Boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, but brilliant. What I love about it is it's like this, they give us the setup and they go, all right, here we go. And they're crashing cars. And then they give us now the serial killer turns up and he's getting into the machine.
It's really good.
And it's like, and you're just jonesing for it. You're like, give me the kill.
This
give
guy
me the kill.
sucks so much. He's like such a dick. But you also get like I'm just now realizing the breadcrumb when he goes on the date with Karen Allen's character and they're in this like swanky jazz club and he's trying to light the cigarette and the flame fucking shoots up.
Oh my god.
I'm putting that
I was like, oh yeah, because I was like, she goes on this shitty date and that happens. And I was like, oh, that's funny.
The movie's even better than we thought. All right, so we'll get us there. I'm gonna get us there slowly. But then it's like, and then all right, cool. And then like he's standing in front of the thing, and you're like, here it comes, and you get close. It like we're saying, just like in Blown Away, it's close up of like the switch turning on, and close up of the cable tightening, and then he steps away, and you're like, oh, you edged us.
Get me the ladder.
And exactly, and you get the ladder situation, and it's like, and then finally, like he's getting inside the car to do something with the dummy, and like the serial killer's, yes, now is my time, and bang, bang, hits all the switches, and go, no, and the car goes off, and the car crashes, and you're like, oh, here's the kill, and no, he's fine. The crash test has gone off, the airbags have done their job, and you're like, wow, what the fuck, man? Anyway, goes to the bathroom, and then Ryan, what happens?
I was wondering if there was something that I missed in between this because you don't see anything. The guy just goes to his bathroom,
had to rewind it because I thought I
face,
missed something.
Goes to the hairdryer, which is turned up, and
hand
just
dryer.
shoots the hand dryer, and just shoots a fucking flamethrower into his face, immolating him, and he dies.
But it's just,
I was so caught off guard by this kill because it makes
screamed.
No sense.
I was like, what?
Oh my god, I was laughing so hard, just literal tears were pouring down my face. It was.
I'm just
so
also
good.
another thing too. Before he walks into the bathroom, he turns around. The crew says, "You're all fired," and then just proceeded to. It's so many. It's a hat on a hat on a hat, but I fucking love it.
It's absolute fucking genius.
I was like, how are they gonna top this?
Yes,
it's so good,
and yet they do. But no joke. Like this is what I mean. It's like, okay, the last 20 minutes of this movie is like, all right, could have been better, but no, this movie fucking rules. It really does for just being no, man. It's bonkers and it's fun and it's unpredictable and it's done in a way that's like it's funny and not funny and entertaining and surprising and a little bit creepy and scary all at the same time. It's like a really, really good X-Files episode.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's like a really like feature length sort of like Can you imagine the jokes that like Mulder would be making, you know, about all these various kills and things?
If this was the second X-Files movie instead of that crappy one we got, like, oh my god, it'd be so much better.
It's great because man, that's just like this is what I mean, that they were clearly having fun with the movie too, going like, no, we'll set it up, and then we're gonna do this thing instead.
It's so like crazy watching this now. I'm like the guys who did the Final Destination, like they had to have used this as a reference point. It's impossible to like. There's no way because like the kills are so like specifically this one and like the next one also in a kitchen, like it's so weirdly elaborate and how they build the tension around different things and objects and mechanisms. You know it's coming, but you don't know how. Yeah, and it's so indicative of that.
Oh, sorry, I'm reading just the plot. I'm like outline. I'm just remembering this movie so fondly. so then next kill. This has also got one of the best / most troubling scenes. But it's so 90s. So we've established this as a really hot sort of like
I would say, are we just going through all the kills? Or
no, how could we not, guys? Because it's all so good.
But you're not establishing this world like it's this kid and his friend, and they go to the mall, and they're like at that time in the 90s there were virtual reality like kiosks.
Oh yeah, and we all did that.
Again, this is just this movie trying to throw like all of this new 90s tech at you, and like. For them to do that, I remember as a kid going to the mall and seeing that. I never got to do it because it was like outer-worldly expensive just for a few minutes. But they go into this virtual reality thing, and it looks so fucking bad. It's very lawnmowery. It's the two of them against each other in this
But
thing.
that's actually what the VR looked like. But then they've done very well with the putting their faces on in that scene as well.
That's not a thing. Yeah,
That's
they
not,
look
but,
like
like,
PS1 characters. Yeah,
it's
But
great
but
that-
yeah, I remember because there was some county fair. I think there was something here in Arizona where there was like some sort of hot air balloon festival, like slash county fair, and they had this setup. Like they had this VR setup, and I like had begged my dad. I'm like, I really want to try this.
yeah.
And it was something expensive, where it was something like $35 or something back
Yeah.
in
For
the
a
90s,
few minutes,
which
yeah.
that's how much a house cost. But we were like, my dad was like, okay, fine, and I did it, and it is like your face isn't on there, but the graphics are just as
It
bad.
looks like Battlezone, like from the old school Wire, but it's the same. Like that at that time, that was the only virtual reality machine. So much so that the villain in the 1995 film Hackers has one in his house. Like, it's incredible.
It was like
There's
the
this
coolest
huge
thing.
yellow rig. Like
Yeah,
you
and
can watch old news reports on it.
Yeah.
So dope.
But the killer's just in there, like it's the two of them, and he falls out of. It's this funny fucking gag, but like but the manifestation of himself, it's just like they're in this 3D world, but it's just like the guy in there with like a shirt, and he's like, just like,
hey guys, I'm coming for you. The babysitter scene where we've established this, like, she's, I don't know, young 20s, maybe just older teen. The 14-year-old boy tries hitting on her at the beginning when she's picking up the recycling,
so cringy,
and just like epic cringe. And then
the mom walks over and kisses him, and he's like, "Mom,
Great." But it turns out she's helping babysit his buddy from the Sandlot, and like it was
his baby sister. Yeah.
Yes, his baby sister being babysat, but then we just cut to this moment where the guy's like, "We got $37.17 for you to show us your tits," and she's like, "Well, okay." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" And the kids sit down, like,
it's established she's a very negligent babysitter because it was the 90s. She's on the phone talking about boys, and the kid is just the baby is just crawling.
The baby scene
around.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, we're like, are they gonna? I was like, are they gonna put a baby in the oven? Are they gonna?
I
Ryan, are you like excited?
I was like, oh, stop actually rubbing my hands.
It's the baby Huey scene, like from
Roger
Rabbit.
Yeah, 100%.
Played serious. Yeah.
I was and then there's boiling milk, and I was just like,
the oven goes on. It's all of it.
I thought we were just like, I was like, is this movie gonna go there? And it goes, no, but we are gonna get the teens to pay for the pair of tits. And then she's like being kind of sexy.
She's all into it. It was like I felt very uncomfortable watching
very
this
troubling.
Scene. Yeah. In the 90s when I was like the age of those boys, I'm like, hell yeah, this is awesome. But now I'm like, this is a little problematic.
But by 90s movies rules that now that she is a bit of like she's a bit slutty, we can murder her. And like so she gets again random elaborate. Oh, guys, she's
sitting in the kitchen.
The stuff written on the little screen.
She puts the dishwasher on, puts the electric kettle on, puts the toaster on, puts the TV. Like every conceivable electrical device is on in this.
She puts her feet in a bowl of water and balances two electric heaters on the side. It's just,
you see the electrical cord, like it's just on the floor.
She's got a car battery. She's like hooking it up to her nipples.
But it's I mean, I sure as shit did. But the readout device on the washing machine, it's like spin, rinse, and it just says die.
It says explode, and then you kill and then die.
By the way, any company out there that is making those today, I will pay extra to have those like options on there.
And the way it's moving as well, like I said,
and she's just sitting there listening to like whatever song. I think she's just like.
I can't remember.
She's like checking herself out in the reflection. Like also the design of all of these kitchens are like very 90s. It's all like red and white. It looks like it's just very clinical kitchen. Nothing in the night. Nothing looked like that.
Guys, just talking about this movie makes me want to watch it again.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's, I mean, like, the other part, like, okay, we're not gonna, I'm almost basically doing the whole movie, but Jessica Walter, he sends, like, by this point, they figured out, I think there's a digital serial killer. He's killing me through the address book. All these other sort of threads are coming together. Sure. But, like, while they're sort of hiding him with the grandmother, and they said, like, don't plug anything in. So, and they've taped up all of the electrical wires. And so we're seeing the serial killer try to get in.
It's ridiculous.
And so he goes, fine. And so then he calls to every single different police car. It's an armed robbery, hostage situation, domestic violence, murder.
Oh my God.
And it's like, it's fucking hilarious. So every police car turns up. And they're all, instead of being like, hey, why are you here? They'll go, you here for the problem? Pull your guns. And then it's just like, they're basically
all aiming at this house.
Yeah. And I just love that the serial killer goes for the trigger happy nature of American police as a way of effectively murdering somebody. I was like, guys, we are on the nose right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just like in real life, it works like a
charm. If it was classic 2025, it's just they are ICE and they've reported anyone brown in that house.
It's the classic, all of the cops fire like 200 rounds and then one chief walks over and is like, hold your fire, hold your fire.
And what do we do?
But I think what triggers it, he like sparks an electrical box that then...
It makes the sound.
And then you don't see anything, nothing happens, it's just... Next shot is Jessica Walter in a hospital.
No, next shot is Karen Allen with even sadder child, once again sitting at the scene of another death, murder, like, you know. So it's established that she didn't die.
Yeah.
But we don't really get to see it. And then from that point on, the movie goes on into, like Will says, a kind of like Terminator 2-ish.
It's exactly Terminator.
It's like using, shouldn't they secure this? No, it's just a Large Hadron Collider.
Yeah.
Feels like that's the kind of thing that we should probably...
Where are we going to find the world's biggest magnet? Right here in Cleveland.
Yeah. Didn't we establish that 70 minutes ago when we said I went to this university?
But it's another like really elaborate physical location. Like where they have this like giant laser beam in the fucking tube with all this computery stuff.
I mean, hey, look, if you're gonna rip off any movie for your climax, like basically shot for shot, you should rip off Terminator 2 because it's perfect and it works.
I also like the setup where she's driving to, but he's now in the like the traffic mainframe,
and he's following her cell phone and trying to establish a crash. Yeah, like this movie. It rocks.
Cool.
It absolutely rocks. Okay, it gets a little towards the end. The last 20 minutes happens too quick. I wish there'd been a bit more. And the very end of the movie is so abrupt. Can you turn that off? Credits. You know, it just dodgeball ends. But I think they're like, no, guys, you've already got your 5 minutes over. It's exactly 90 minutes now. You've got it.
Because he turned into somehow a physical manifestation that's just like little orbs, and they somehow like they try shooting it with a gun, which is so funny to me.
Yeah, it can like it could go into your eyes, kind of, but it doesn't.
Yeah, that bit was pretty fucking horrifying. Actually, now I think about it, like getting inside the child.
Right.
It was like,
that's what I was thinking. Is I'm like, okay, so he's gonna like possess a person now or something, but it doesn't quite go there.
That's what I mean. I feel like there was 20 minutes of the movie that never got made, and it's like, I'm interested, and I think Ghost in the Machine rules. Everybody should watch it. It's all about Ohio. And honestly, if they're going to remake a movie, remake this movie, but do it with the same budget and the same director.
Oh, yeah.
And the same cast.
Yeah. Honestly, I really like this director really has, and I'm sorry, I'm forgetting her name right now.
Rachel Talalay.
Yes, thank you. Like, honestly, she's got a really good vision and like knows like how to make a movie. It's just kind of unfortunately like with Tank Girl, which is such a bizarre comic to begin with. That's like, you know, that's just the timing on like the releasing of that is just really bad. And but like this is a good movie. So she never has the resources and the timing doesn't seem to work, but she's really good.
So with this guy, this might actually add some color and make some sense now I'm looking into it. So her first directorial debut was Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare, but she worked on the previous 4 ones as well, which kind of fits with the approach and a slight sense of humor and like the sort of like the good kills. Then she did Ghost in the Machine, then Tank Girl. Tank Girl kind of tanked her career.
Yeah, but that was her blank check.
Yeah, that was her bounced check, and then she did a lot of TV, Ally McBeal, Supernatural, Doctor Who, Sherlock, Riverdale, Doom Patrol. Oh yeah, I'd seen Doom Patrol, Quantum Leap, as well, one of my favorite shows growing up. But Rachel Talalay, you rock. Yeah.
Yep.
That movie absolutely ruled, and I will be recommending it for a lot
There
of.
were a lot of women on this, like in this production as a whole. I was reading too, which is fascinating for that time period. Like,
Yeah.
that's really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
No,
actually,
it's like it's a lost film these days in like popular culture, but it totally worth rediscovering. Shout Factory, if you're listening, do a
Oh,
4K
4K? Yeah,
remaster of
that'd be
this.
cool.
Like this belongs in that Scream Factory line. Like
Watch, they'll announce
listen to it.
this week because of
God, I could only hope.
oh,
where other
mate.
podcasts might talk about celebrities who then unfortunately die. We just announced upcoming 4K releases of films from the 90s.
Wow, no, so I'm seeing, she's done like an episode of Superman and Lois, episode of American Gods, which I did enjoy, got cancelled, Doom Patrol, like that. She directed one of the Sherlocks, the Benedict Cumberbatch Sherlocks and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Six Thatchers. It's the first episode of season 4. So look, mate, what a great choice. Loved it. This movie should be more highly regarded. It should have a more cult status. I thoroughly enjoyed watching it, almost as much as I enjoyed watching the other movie. Let's go on over and let's talk about Airborne as well. Let's get back to it because Airborne stars Shane McDermott as Mitchell Goosen. And like we were establishing, the guy's just like, brah, right? Shane McDermott made this movie and then nothing else.
Yeah.
He is charming. He is adorable. He's got like just like these eyes and his teeth and his 90s
He's such
hair.
I mean, he is the quintessential 90s dreamboat.
Absolutely.
Right.
Like, it's even watching it now, I'm like, this kid's dreamy. He's got it. He's got the juice. It's a shame he didn't make more films, but I guess he sells real estate in Texas or something.
Well, maybe it was because like we already had Paul Walker, and so we were like, we don't need another one.
Yeah,
That's all I thought watching this movie is I'm like, he is like a mini Paul Walker.
Yes, he is. He absolutely is. Now, we've jumped over. So this one, Airborne, is directed by Rob Bowman. And it's a strange coincidence, but as we were saying how Ghost in the Machine is like a great X-Files movie, Rob Bowman directed the X-Files movie. Funnily enough. He also directed a movie that I think is great, Reign of Fire, Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh,
Dragon movie. And he also directed Electra. We won't talk about that.
Well, you can't win them all.
Is that? Oh, what the fuck is it? Electra. Yeah.
The Daredevil spin-off. But that's so crazy that he also directed the X-Files. But yeah, this like I said, so we've got just this California dreamboat who absolutely just has the presence and the charm and is really fun. Basically, as we established, his parents are swingers going off to have 6 months of weird sex in Australia, abandon their dog and their child, cut to his surfboard coming off the plane, like it's just driving snow. It's just like, welcome to Ohio. It is freezing. It's cold.
It's crazy to me that he decides to, and I understand it, that he flies with his surfboard, but not his rollerblades.
Yeah.
Insane.
Like, knowing you're going to Ohio where there's no conceivable place to surf.
There's
but
no water.
leave rollerblades.
Yeah. It's, you know what? They fix it.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Perfect. No plot hole.
And they're waiting in the airport with a sign that says "Welcome, Mitchell," and she's like, "Oh, Edie McClurg is so good in this." And the dad, I forget his name too, is so fantastic.
Patrick O'Brien.
Yeah, just great character.
He was the math teacher from Saved by the Bell, and we meet his cousin Wiley, played by Seth Green. In his own proto 90s look of his hair is terrible, and he's got like the sort of the beret on. But yeah, it's the little sort of family unit he gets brought into. And what I also love about it is that Mitchell, he doesn't like judge his cousin. He doesn't get weirded. Yeah, he's just like, hey, nice to meet you. Like, aunt, uncle, I haven't seen you for a while. And Wiley, I guess we're bros now, brah. And they're great because like Edie McClurg is just playing Edie McClurg in every way that's great. But but the husband is just kind of like all he really cares about is just
hockey.
Gonna watch hockey on the TV.
Well, I guess he's a Zamboni driver.
Yeah,
sure, yeah.
And he's just a bit lost. And then Seth Green's Wiley is just like this. The sort of the uncool cool kid who's like trying to be cool. And
he lets him know, he's like, yeah, if you need to show you around, he implies that he's very cool, which it turns out he is very much not cool.
Right.
In the following scene when because he's only in this town for 6 months. And the turning point, like the climax of this film happens 3 months into this.
Yeah.
The timeline of this movie is so funny, and then the movie just ends. So
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
don't know, but we'll get into all of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, that's again.
It's
There's
so
another
funny
movie
to
that
me.
goes, and we're done. Yeah,
Yep.
okay.
Yeah.
Hey, turn
Wins
that
the
hot
race.
monitor off.
Wins the race, kisses the girl. That's it.
End.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we go to the school, and seeing as he is the new boy, and all the women, like the girls are
my
just
God.
like, it's
Oh.
just the humidity of the room just immediately goes up as
The
California
close-ups and the fan is like blowing their hair, and they're just like, oh, ooh, it's so fucking funny.
And I do love
And
that
all the
way-
guys are just like, mm.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
must kill this guy. Because we go into speech class, which I think is quite fun as well.
Yeah.
And
I missed that the first time. Speech class. I didn't quite understand. I still don't understand.
It's a really convenient way to introduce us to characters and
Yeah.
how they are and their personalities are. But it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, one of the girls who happens to be dating like the most meathead looking hockey player immediately sort of empties a chair so she can be sitting near him. And I love that bit where she sort of turns to look at him. And it's like he's
The
just,
glasses.
but he's
Yeah.
just wearing a pair of board shorts, like he's sitting on the beach. He's like
They
she falls
do a
out of the
lot
chair.
to like over sexualize this young boy in this movie.
Yeah. It's
Even
Hey,
that's like,
You can't over sexualize him. He's just pure sexual
yeah,
charisma.
but they do a lot to like they put him in the shower. It's just
he's
a little
he's
much.
like Jimmy Olsen in the new Superman movie. He's
Oh.
just the
That's-
CEO of sex and just
Dude, that is something I do. Like, I saw the Superman movie as well, and it's like the funniest, most random little plot point is everyone in Metropolis is absolutely frothing for Jimmy Olsen. Like,
Yeah.
and you're like,
He's-
what's going on?
And Jimmy Olsen played by Skylar Gisondo, which is even
Right.
funnier.
Yeah. It's so
he's
funny
my-
that you got David Cornsweet in this movie, and then but all the women are just like, "Have you seen Jimmy?"
And then they're like, "Hey, Jimmy,
Okay.
Jimmy, how you doing, Jimmy? Take
Yeah.
my picture, Jimmy."
Yeah, but that's this kid in this
yeah.
movie
Yeah.
is he's this universe's Jimmy Olsen.
And so yeah, it's very like so like I said, Mitchell, he's got the California, like vibes, but he's also into the Maharishi sort of philosophy and
Yeah.
really into
Yeah.
like, Gandhi,
He
brah.
does the speech, and like the insult they keep throwing at him is pretty boy now.
Right.
Because
Kinda
this town is built on hockey.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you got Jake, Augie, Snake, Rosenblatt, the
Fucking
Banducci.
Snake is so funny to me.
And
Yeah.
and they go,
They're
all
all
right.
terrified of him.
Yeah, so everyone's immediately threatened by him. Jack Black, like he's a part of it. And
Is
they're like,
Jack Black's character? And again, I missed this the first time. Is he supposed to be like Latino? Because like his name is like Jose.
yes, wait.
I picked it up on it this time, and I'm like, is he supposed to be Mexican? And
Yeah.
they just
Wait,
like
is he
Jack
not
Black.
Augie in this?
His name is Augie, but his
Yeah.
full name is Jose Augusto Rafael de la Parra.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. This watch along. I was
I
just
love
like,
his
oh,
he
whoa.
fucking I will say he fucking pops in this movie like as he should, but just
Mm-hmm.
seeing like a young Jack Black in his first like featurey film, he's so good in this, and he's like, I like sleeping and Nintendo and he's just walks off. It's great. Yeah.
It's funny because Jack Black in this movie looks and acts like I did in high school, but Seth Green is like into all the things I was in high school. So if we can mash those characters together, you'd pretty much have what like
Just
me.
wardrobe and good dental hygiene.
Yeah.
So much like you were saying, Ryan, this town runs on hockey, and these guys have got they got a game coming up against the Preps.
The preps, just the
Whatever
blank
that means.
doesn't matter.
The Preps, but all we know is they're assholes, and they're run by the chief asshole.
And this lackluster, like this slapdash hockey game, which may or may not even be at the school.
Yep, but
It's
it
in
seems
like a
there's-
covered warehouse.
Of
There's
some
no
kind.
uniforms. There's no referee.
And it's
But the
like-
whole school is there.
It's first to
Fucking nuts.
three. That's how hockey works, as we all know, first to three. And they need someone to fill in. So of course, because they really want to win the game, they get Wiley.
Because
First
he's
to
the
come in
hockey man. It's some slap shot.
to get absolutely obliterated as he does. And then they call in Mitchell, and Mitchell has a moment because, we've established, like I said, at the opening that he can rollerblade without a surfboard, but can also then find a surfboard. But so he gets out there, he can surf, he can skate, He does a slap shot. He scores. He goes wild, but he scored in the wrong goal.
Which is it's so ridiculous that like Jack Black is like 10 feet away and he like realizes and dives to try and save this. It's so silly. It's not about the hockey in this game, but yeah, sure, he scores the winning goal for the other team.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now ensues the greatest montage of torture.
Of hazing. So it kicks off just some quality hazing. Be it by filling his thing full of sand, which is impressive.
It's almost like he's in boarding school or something.
Yeah, dude, it's actually very, very reminiscent. Ambushing him while he's in the bathroom and they pour water on all of
that to me was the most fucked up thing because all of the toilet paper is hung on chains above like a weird high school thing.
I was gonna say, like, is that? I've never seen that before.
Hey, man,
they don't
in Ohio.
Yeah, so they don't steal the toilet paper and fucking do fucked up shit and put spitballs. But yeah, then dumping it's fucked up. They dump all the water on that, so now he's just got a shit ass the rest of the day.
You see it, you catch him, but he has to walk because he has to walk to another bathroom and then take care of that situation. But like the shot of him walking to it is actually quite comedic. Yeah. I'm gonna give him like credit. I mean, what are some of the other stuff they do to him? I'm trying to remember.
They put like because it's him and Wiley they're torturing. They put what looks like super glue on his locker. To where he like picks up the lock and then his face is just glued to the locker. There's that, the sand, he's in the shower and they steal his clothes, so now he's got to walk through. It's just fucked up shit. They kill his dog.
Yeah.
They microwave his boss,
And so it's kind of like, so at this point it's like, oh man, Mitchell, he's like, as much as he's just trying to be enthusiastic. And like I love how like none of the guys like it's always Jack Black going, why does he keep calling you women's underwear? Like, bra.
Yeah, because he's saying, that's what bra. It is. I didn't, bra. It took us a long time, I think, to crack that the first time we watched it.
Right. But, like, what they sort of, eventually, it's like, so we've also sort of not quite established that before he got called onto that ice hockey game, he started chatting to some cute girl and just being charming, which we don't find out until later is the sister of the big meathead. But who cares?
Doesn't matter.
Which it's weird that Seth Green's character didn't know that because like
that's crazy to me.
Like I rewatching it today, I'm like that you have to have known that.
They go to the same school. Like how
this doesn't make any sense.
That's yeah.
But we get.
But then does her friend that also like that she tries to hook Seth Green up? Does she not go to that school? Like that's another.
Never properly established, but it doesn't matter because just as he's at his lowest. Where he's like feeling almost knocked down. Edie McClure is like, oh, by the way, there's a really big package for you.
But even before that, he walks in and he sits on the thing, and Edie McClure thinks he's having a drug overdose.
Yeah,
right.
And then, like,
she's calling that like the ambulance immediately.
Oh, Mitchell, oh, please don't be an overdose. And the father walks in and goes, huh? Maybe the hockey game's on, just could not give a single fuck.
And what was the moment that after whatever happened that Edie McClure is like going, ooh, I'm feeling a bit frisky. And like it's just in the background, just like, we're gonna go fuck.
I think it's when they announce that they come back and they're like they played he finds out his son played in a hockey game. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. And it's like, oh man, I'm so excited for my son. Let's go fuck. Love it.
Let's go to Australia with his parents.
But yes, like you established earlier, it's like what's in this package? He goes, something I forgot.
I shouldn't have left behind. Yeah.
And it's like, yes, they've mailed him his inline skates. So here's the question: why did his parents take his rollerblades to Australia? Like, were they left in California? Where were these rollerblades sent from?
Right.
Question.
Wait, I think you found the first flaw of this movie.
Because he's now been in this town for a
while.
He's like, because he says you've been torturing me for like 3 weeks or something like that. Like, the timeline of this goes pretty quick, but it doesn't fucking matter. It's all arbitrary. Right. But yeah, I didn't think like
maybe it was the dog.
The dog. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a whole other movie we're not seeing.
So yeah, suddenly he's got rollerblades. He cuts literally
to Airbud with sunglasses, like. His dog's name is Spike, by the way, which is awesome.
Even better. He comes quite literally flying out the front door,
blasting,
and just cut it cuts it up all around.
Recruits the entire town.
That's my favorite
BMX
part.
kids and
Yeah,
skateboard kids. I
he's
know
just
you
good.
love the bit where he tries to do the jump and the kids like have to like step over the thing. But he's really doing a lot of this stuff. Not all of it. They had stunt doubles, but there's shots where you see him fucking rollerblading and doing this stuff.
Yeah,
too.
he's a legitimate rollerblader, but then when it comes to any of like the big stunts and stuff like that, it's cutting to some like X Games expert. But yeah, no, that's my favorite part is that his just general enthusiasm and radical nature is just like it's like the beginning of Sesame Street or something, that it's like, come on, kids.
Yeah.
And so you say he goes past a bunch of kids who like on BMXs who are like, hey, that guy's radical.
It's like Forrest Gump. He just
And like
recruits.
some
Yeah.
and some other skateboarders going, that guy's cool. And like it just goes and goes and goes and goes, culminates with him on like just a massive like half pipe.
There's
just
only so much
rocking
cool
out.
shit and spins you can do on rollerblades. We're like, all right, we got to wrap this up. But the pinnacle is my favorite scene. I remember calling this out, watching it again, is when he like goes down that just insane flight of stairs.
It's
and
this.
then
Is it the
ends
flight
right in
stairs from Scott Pilgrim? You know what I mean? It almost
Yeah,
feels
that's
like
what it looked like. Yeah. But he ends in the street to like turn around and like wave at there. All of them just like, well, I guess we'll see you later. I thought he was smashed by a fucking car.
Yeah, it's such a funny scene, and it just like but it doesn't take you out of the movie. You're just like,
No.
cool. It's like this movie.
Because you see him do that shit at the beginning of the movie, because they go down the stairs, they establish he goes through all the jumps. They're like, hey, he's a very capable rollerblader.
And so yeah, I like, and then the movie just moves. It moves very like. It's Ryan's favorite thing is, it's like the stakes couldn't be any lower. It's just like, just it's this little rivalry between the school and the preps, and then you got the two guys, the other guys have been torturing.
Oh wait, sorry, one second, because the whole rollerblading montage ends with him rollerblading backwards and seeing, fuck, I forget the girl's name in the.
Oh yeah. The girl that he's been talking, Nikki.
Nikki, he's so good at rollerblades backwards, sees her just walking and falls over.
And she's like, you should be careful. Yeah. He's like, yeah, I should probably be more.
And she's like, hey, what are you doing right now? He's like, fucking falling off my rollerblades. What are you doing right now?
So they organize a double date. So Wiley, who can now drive, we get that great gag of him driving backwards.
But he rollerblades with her in like the botanical.
Oh yes,
they have a beautiful scene together again.
That's, where he
Ohio,
gets super
right?
cool. So
I should establish he is now barefoot walking in this place, which is fucking gross.
Which is it's that Australian vibe. That's kind of cool. That cool scene where they're the only people at the botanical garden, but suddenly he's like, you know what's gonna make this cooler?
Rollerblading.
Yeah. And you know what? He was right.
But he knows all about the plants because his parents were fucking geeks, and she is so dazzled by him because again, he's a total fucking dreamboat in this movie.
And he's doing all the Latin names for the stuff, and then he starts rollerblading. At this point, like he's in like Flynn. She is all about this guy. They set up the double date with Wiley. They go out. And it becomes that kind of like, the classic confrontation. This is where we find out that the brother is actually Mr. Meathead. But also, we reestablish that there's also the prep.
An even worse character.
He's even worse. And he's harassing the girls, and then they all stand up together, and it kind of becomes...
Blaine, the most 90s villain name you could fucking come up with. Paired with his shitty buddy who's got the laugh. It's great.
It's very, you're going home in a body bag kind of vibe.
Oh, yeah. Very Karate Kid, for sure.
Yeah.
And so it's like they got these bullies, so the other bullies decide that those bullies are even worse bullies, that maybe, we could take out those bullies. And the way that Mitchell sort of establishes dominance is there's a street hockey game going out. So by now, the snow has melted, so hockey has become street hockey. And it's like an abandoned parking lot. It's cars sort of looping around it kind of thing. To get there, you've got to rollerblade over bits of wood that have just been laid over like the scrub to get there. Look, we do really get into the geography of Cincinnati, Ohio in this movie.
Yeah.
This movie is sponsored by the brand Rollerblade. It's on everything, which I didn't realize was
much like we were saying, the last movie was sponsored by just Ohio in general. Is that everything is Ohio. This case, there's a thing, and he's getting the shit kicked out of him in a way, and then he just gets this look on his face. And I'm like, what? And he's just smiling to himself like he has figured out the solution to all situations and problems. he knows just what to do, waits for his moment, and he just pantsers the guy. But of
And
course,
Jack Black fucking loses his
in
mind.
1993, it is the ultimate. Like, as in they go, oh, you got him, bro, you got him, you pantsed him. And so now Mitchell has established dominance. They all like, you know what?
You're all right,
You're
Mitchell.
all right, man. You know, you're cool.
But I do love when they all show up to his house and the interaction with them and Edie McClurg. She's like, you boys want some lemonade or some Kool-Aid? And there's like Jack Black. Like Jack Black is now genuinely sweet. He's like, no, thanks. No, we're good. We're here to recruit your son in some insane fucking race that we're gonna do.
That's right. So of course, so stakes couldn't be any higher after the pantsing that the world saw, which means they now have to basically. Best of the Bestian, like any sort of like great movie, it's a fight to the death. In this case, it's a death race down the devil's backbone. And we know it's serious by the way that like people say the devil's backbone.
It's so much that when it say it, Wiley is just like, I mean, like you can't even like walk down that thing. I'm like, I mean, I bet you could.
And it's like you were saying, like so Jack Black's like, hey man, like, sorry that we like, haze you for all these weeks and months, but you're okay. Again, because like in the rules of all things 90s, that he has now established himself as the coolest dude.
Such an but Jack is not there, the main guy, right?
No,
he's not there in the house. It's Snake, the bizarre twin brothers,
the Banducci twins, the guy with the Rosenblatt with the broken
Rosenblatt.
But then it's like it then establishes and starts this race. So again, this movie just doesn't stop around because it's just establish California, establish Ohio, establish the bad guys, establish hockey, establish the girl. One date. It's Karate Kid.
It's the Karate Kid. Yeah,
it's exactly the Karate Kid, but with rollerblading. And then we get this final scene, which
is what, 40 minutes long?
At least
so long.
But like, as you know, we have. So as we talked about, the three of us all know each other because of the connection through a TV show right this minute that I used to be a host on. And that show would be like a viral video show where we get all sorts of amazing sort of videos when it came to extreme sports, especially if someone like the downhill stuff going on. Yeah. This movie is 20 years ahead of its time for the level of this scene, guy. Like at this point, I'm looking, slap down the camera if you're watching at home. And if you're listening, I'm dead serious. This last race action scene is legitimately very fucking good.
And the geography of it is insane too.
Keeping track of the 3-4 different packs and where they are and the parts and the how the devil's backbone instead of it. We've seen
it's
shows,
like it's a 3-act film as the last act of this movie. Yeah. And it's so much so like it could be the whole thing, but I love all the build-up. It's like a soap opera with a really cool rollerblading race.
But there are just moments in it when you're like, okay, well, there's no other, you can't CGI this stuff. You're shutting down intersections. There's a bit where they all go under a semi-truck, which is pretty standard. There's a shot where one of the guys comes around the corner and jams into and under the front of a car that's driving the other way and stops. And I'm like, that is an insanely dangerous stunt you just did. Was that an accident?
Yeah, that's what I really wish, like, again, that this had like a really good Blu-ray or 4K release so that you could get like the in-depth behind the scene on it. Because I want to know how much of this is like, that's exactly how we planned it versus like, oh no, this guy almost died doing this stunt because it is crazy.
The production on this whole end race is bigger than the entire rest of the film. Like all of the attention and care went into this race, and it's all practical. It's just these fucking badass rollerbladers doing all of this stuff all throughout Ohio.
Yeah, and it's like this is where like the piss taking from Will and I had stopped. And Will and I had started our apology tour for Ryan.
It's the meme where the guy like leans into the chair. It's like just lock the fuck in. I also love that like the girl who starts the race for them is the black girl from the speech class. She's like, I don't want no man just because he thinks my tush looks good in Guess jeans. I'm like, that's her. Like they didn't waste anybody in this movie. I'm so glad she came back to launch this race. She's like, I don't care about this shit.
And it's like, and then it's also has arbitrary rules, which is like, instead of it being whoever wins, it's the first team for the first three to
First
get
of three,
across
yeah.
the line. So it's like, so I think it's Snake, who is the best. He has his own race going on at the front with a couple of guys. Then we got the middle pack where we've got Mitchell kind of thing, and then you've got a sort of Wiley.
Wiley, who's established so bad at rollerblading
Yeah.
and is terrified of this, like it's crazy to me that. But now he's got like the girl kissed him, so now he's got like some stakes there. Like,
Yeah, I'm never quite sure the moment where she decides that Wiley's cool, but I'm like, at least she does. She's like, no, she's
It's
into
when
Wiley.
he tried to like stand up for her in the cafe
At the diner, right?
Yeah.
because she kisses him on the cheek, and then she sees him at the street hockey game where she like waves and
Gives
he
him a
falls
wave.
over. Yeah, played famously by Roxy from Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh
Yes.
my God,
Fucking
that's
favorite.
right. But yeah,
This movie is tighter than Dickskin. Great.
But it just keeps going, and like
Yeah.
we get moments, and like you're saying, it's they use really good intersections, they use really good tight turns, they establish like pedestrian bridges or stairs, and it's ways of like going, okay, that's where they were, that's where these guys are.
The old guys just sitting on their porch, like
Yeah.
that Wiley pushes the guy off. They like lift their feet up.
And like you get little reflections of like Mitchell going down those stairs, just like jumping down them, and then
It's impressive.
it is.
Yeah.
It is.
And it's like, and he takes a bit of a wrong turn, and then he has to do some sort of like insane stunt to get to the end. And then it's even like it's not even a sprint to the line. It's just him and like Meathead who are just like,
Blaine.
it's like, bro. And it's like, it's not even Blaine. Oh, the three of them.
Blaine tries to push him off, and he like stops.
Yeah,
and
so
then
he
falls
just
in the
lets
water
Blaine
and
go
basically
in-
drowns.
Yeah, Blaine dies because he can't swim, and he's dragged to the bottom by his thing, and no one gives a shit. But then, Meathead and Mitchell just like bro out, and they just go across the line together for the victory.
On their knees. They skid on their knees. I was like,
Just
what?
like,
What?
It's very much the ending of the first Fast and Furious. It's Vin and
Right.
Paul Walker.
Yeah. You
It's
I
on
guess
the
you
train
can fuck
tracks.
my sister. Yeah.
Yes, it is exactly.
It's exactly that.
Yeah.
And then, God, that's exactly right as well.
And then the
Good
movie just
Lord.
fucking ends.
Well,
It
no,
ends.
it's just before it does. I do like the little bit of Wiley and the other guy
Yeah.
turn up on the back of a pickup truck and no one's looking, so they skate and like going, "Hey guys, we made
We're
it!"
here too.
Mitchell kisses the girl, and that's it. That's it. I guess what was supposed to happen is Airborne 2 Electric Boogaloo, because for the next 3 months of school,
Airborne 2 LA Ninja.
Don't you tempt me,
Let's go.
you dirty bitch.
The only other movie we've done with rollerblades is that Skates.
Well,
Is
skates
All right.
that would also mysteriously vanish at some point. But honestly, yeah, this movie it honestly it does exactly what it says in the tin movie. It's not breaking any new ground,
No,
but it's just
a standing ovation by me in my living room for 5 minutes. This is the first time I watched this where I'm like, well, what happens now? Like,
Right. Yeah.
they just hang out for 3 months. It's like, I gotta go back to I gotta go feed my dog. Like, it's been 6 months.
God, if that was the ending of the movie, it's just like, didn't you have a dog? He's, oh shit!
oh shit.
Kevin!
Yeah, just skating back to
The Home Alone
California.
style dog-based Airbud feature film is so
Right-
funny to me.
Dude, Will,
Yeah.
write that script, my friend. Write that script. Get to work. I remember I'm looking at some of the reviews of this, like this one. I mean, it's not wrong, but I also fuck this person. But it's like off the skates, it's at best mediocre Nickelodeon fare. Yeah, I mean, I know, but also
So,
Yeah,
sick. It's still sick.
whatever, nerd.
And the thing is, it's like, this is what I love about movies. This is what I love about this podcast is we just end up in random places. And this is what I mean is that we've done movies that have been really like well regarded or well made. And we're like, this movie's shit. Like, I hated every minute of this movie.
It's a spectrum.
like with
Yeah.
World According to Garp, right? Okay, that is a movie that got nominated
no rollerblading.
Oscars, right? Not a single bit of rollerblading. But these two movies 10,000 times better.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
absolute
yeah.
slog of a movie. And I'm like, no, I'll watch these two movies again right now. This is like, because sometimes it doesn't have to be amazing. It doesn't have to be perfect. And we've had movies like this on before as well, where it's like, okay, it's a tiny movie and it's not great, but they're doing so many things so well. And
Yeah.
it's like both of these movies absolutely brilliant fun.
I think it's also a credit to this film that we I feel like we'd have a different perspective. Have we not already watched this movie together?
Mhm.
Right.
You watching it separately, as Will especially, I think you may have a different take on it, but I think because we were all in the same vibe, watching it together in the same place, I think
I,
that elevates
I
it.
would say it's got charm.
Yeah,
It's,
I think, the real test for me was watching it the second time around of like,
Mm, that's true.
was it the magic of I'm not watching Terrifier and now I'm watching an actual movie? Like, with you guys, like, was that really clouding
Impossible
my
to say.
judgment? Yeah. So watching it this time and enjoying it just as much, I'm like, okay, no, I think I'm
uh,
really into it. I
It's
think
one of
what
those,
we
it does
forgot.
nothing new, but does everything very
Well,
well,
for example, yeah,
yeah.
another example of the nothing new that it does is they do it's the Seth Green try on
Oh, the
different outfits.
montage.
The trying
Oh,
on
if
the
guys, if you didn't
classic
think there was gonna be a montage set to right said Fred's "I'm
"I'm
too
too
sexy,"
sexy," and it just cuts back to Mitchell just laughing constantly, and it's just Seth Green coming out in all of these different outfits and stuff like that.
there's a
Classic.
throwaway bit because they're getting ready for their double date where Seth Green just learned about this girl's friend named Gloria, and when he's in the shower getting ready, on the shower wall he's written her name in the shampoo. It's and even before that when he's brushing his teeth, it's like it's so ridiculous how
Yes,
much
how
fucking
much
Oh my
toothpaste.
God.
toothpaste.
It's
Oh
what are you
Like,
doing, man? And the outfits, it's literally like it's like he's a biker and he's
it's almost like a
the
spaceman at one point.
yeah, he's the
right.
motorcyclist with the helmet. He flips the thing up. He's got his glasses on. The
Yeah.
cowboy, the hip hop kid. He
He's
looks
he's
he
like
looks like Keith
dressing.
Flint from The Prodigy at some point. Like
Yeah, he's dressing. This will be a joke that only a few people will ever get. He's dressing like the Barbarian twins in the movie Double Trouble, which you should all go and see.
When
Peter
you
Paul
said a
David.
I
couple
was
of
gonna
people are
say,
gonna, is it you? Are you the only
yeah,
It's
person
me and
that-
like one
you
other
should
guy
have
out
just
there.
said he's dressed like every henchman in New York Ninja.
Yes,
Yes,
very
It's
much.
just
There you go.
different things.
that's
Like
Yeah.
exactly
he's got the
what
Pippi
happened.
Longstocking. It's so crazy, and it's I sure it looks like they had fun doing it, but then he goes, "Do you know why Popeye never like he the weird line is like, you know why Popeye never had to fight for olive oil?" And he goes, "He was gay or something."
Right. Yeah,
What?
just, but yeah.
I can't because he is who he is. You know,
Yeah.
I am what I am.
I am what I am. Yeah.
So look, these movies ruled. Now they are going up against a treasured movie, especially by my wife, like one of her favorite
Yeah.
movies, Tommy Boy. Now I'm gonna say that both
We know
of
it in
these.
our hearts.
Well, I'm gonna say I already know that both of these movies have got the juice.
Yeah.
For beating Tommy Boy, as far as like they are, like I said, we've got one that is entirely shot in Cincinnati, Ohio. Like I was just sort of like also just reading up a bit on Airborne is they had initially planned that they were going to have to shoot the snowiest stuff in Minnesota, but Ohio delivered a massive blizzard, which meant that they were able to do all exterior filming within the state as well. I mean, like I think Ryan, you've talked about this before that the Devil's Backbone doesn't exist as in the film. Like they've stitched pieces together.
Doesn't hear.
Yeah,
Doesn't
in your heart.
hear.
But like it's a very, very Ohio. It's a
Yeah.
big part of the movie is you're going to Ohio. It's specifically, it's showing the difference between California and Ohio. But then like, on the flip side is a Ghost in the Machine. It's just like you're saying, it's like they couldn't mention it enough.
Right.
Everything.
They could blur out Cleveland and just release this in every state with just like Connecticut power plant.
They
Like,
could
yeah.
they could do the Demolition Man thing, and it's just like redub it for every
Yes, exactly. The Pizza Hut. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they should.
I
We would just
almost
watch it every episode.
I
Yeah.
know I'm not going to start with yes. We should do that. I'm not going to start with Ryan because I know exactly what Ryan's going to say. Will, I'm going to start with you. What do you think?
I think I see your point with Ghost in the Machine, but I mean, come on, we just see so much of Ohio in Airborne.
I'm going. Yeah.
and also the plot of the movie is going to Ohio. Like that's incumbent on the plot. So I gotta give it to Airborne. It's
Yeah.
just no chance that like you go with the other. I loved Ghost of Machine. I'm glad we're like bringing that to the world,
Yes.
but yeah, it's got to be Airborne.
Did I now I was thinking about it. I do remember Ryan slipping you $50 right after we watched this when we were in
That was
was-
for a completely different
was-
hand job.
It
So,
was
like,
37. It was $37.16.
Yeah.
How dare you?
I just flashed him for a moment. It's fine.
Ryan,
Yeah.
which one are you choosing, buddy?
I got more enjoyment. I mean, I'm so glad we watched both of these movies. Like this fucking made my week. This was great. But yeah, it's definitely Airborne for me, which was way more electrifying than anything that could have happened in Ghost in the Machine. But man, yeah, at its core, like even if it wasn't like filmed in Ohio, which it was, this just again, I always go based on feeling. This felt the most like Ohio to me, even more so than Tommy Boy.
No,
Yeah.
you're not wrong. And like I said,
Like-
this has been a crowning, a year in the making. This is the episode that Ryan has been waiting for. And it's honestly a genuine pleasure to now announce that the champion, the movie to define Ohio, for the rest of time, or at least until we come around to do Ohio once again, is Airborne from 1993, directed by Rob Berman, starring, like I said, Shane McDermott in his only appearance, Jack Black, Seth Green, the movie about a California bra that finds love and finds purpose by rollerblading the devil's backbone. Cut to credits. It is it's fun, it's innocent, it's ridiculous. It's not going to win any Oscars, and it was great.
Yeah,
It really
I didn't
was.
think you can only. I think there's a Blu-ray out there somewhere, but this should be Vinegar Syndrome. Come on, man.
Yes.
What are you guys doing?
Both of these need like brand
Yeah.
new releases,
A
like
double,
stat.
like together, like a double feature.
Yes.
So while we have established a champion, we do have to think about where we might go next time. Some of the also rans, the other movies shot or set in Ohio that we may or may not have chosen. I know one that I can think of we almost very much did because I'd never seen it, but I believe you guys brought up Heathers,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Heather's.
Mhm.
which is
I'm
like
just looking at the list now.
a real
we had
classic.
some-
I was looking. I was part of me was tempted to do Hillbilly Elegy.
yeah.
Just
We talked
like-
about The Faculty, which
Yeah,
Yeah,
Robert
that-
Rodriguez. We almost did that one.
That'll have
Accepted
to
was
pick
another.
next time.
And it's so funny.
Accepted.
I was talking to people about. I was like, "Hey, we're doing Ohio." And they're like, "Oh, you got to pick Euro Trip." I'm like, "Do you not understand how this podcast?"
Yeah.
I mean, we could have done Major League Two.
Oh,
Was
I do love
another
that
one
movie.
that it's like Major League but worse. Honestly, the fun thing about that my experience of Major League and Major League Two is Ryan's experience of all movies. I saw Major League Two 28 times,
Yeah.
and then I finally saw this first one. And I was like, oh, this one's way better.
You're like, "Oh shit, they didn't get Omar Epps for the original."
Yeah.
And I will say the best part of Major League Two is the tiny trailer for was it White Lightning and Black Thunder? It's Omar Epps and I think God Jeff what's his fucking name?
I don't know. What is his name?
God, it's Jesse Ventura. That's
There we
it.
go.
It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
the two of them, yeah.
I'm looking. Was Promising Young Woman set in Ohio?
No,
That's
I don't
on
think
that.
so.
No, that is on that list though.
I do like that one. The O in Ohio with Danny DeVito and other people.
There's a few. I mean, like,
He plays the O.
there's every single Nightmare on Elm Street. Elm Street movies set in Ohio as well.
I guess so. They're not. They don't strike me as very Ohio, but
Bye Bye Birdie, is that one there?
Well, we got look. Ohio,
Well, no
weirdly
shortage,
enough,
yeah.
actually has quite a few movies. Like I said, I think I'm going to say it now. Let's put Heathers on the list because it's still a movie I've never seen. And my daughter and my wife watched it, and my wife said, "You've never seen Heathers?" I'm like, "No." I'm like, my daughter said it was really cool.
But just know whatever we pick is going up against Airborne.
Yeah.
So are there
Good
any more?
luck.
I mean, Airborne walked so that Triple X could run. It's the movie that brought extreme.
I'm
sports.
campaigning now. Airborne's gonna win the whole motherfucking thing.
Do you think it's going to take season 2?
Wow.
I mean,
I'm like, I don't
City
disagree.
Slickers, fuck off. Let's get Billy Crystal on some rollerblades and then we'll talk.
Okay, well, look, we've established Ohio, sure, but next week we are heading to the state of Virginia, which is it's an interesting one actually. I think we've actually we were looking at like the movies that we might choose, and we've got one Ryan you brought up that I'd never heard of, but when you told me about who it was, and you told me the director and because it's another movie that I absolutely love. I was immediately all in. Tell us about this movie.
I'm assuming you're talking about Arlington Road.
Oh no, I was talking about the other one.
Oh yeah, I was like,
Blue Ruin. Yeah.
I guess we didn't really land on. Yeah, I guess that's what we're doing. Okay, great. I picked Arlington Road, a movie with Jeff Bridges and Tim Robbins about a guy who his wife has exploded, and he teaches kids about terrorism and how to avoid them, and he gets into it with his neighbor and. Kind of works out.
Arlington Road is I haven't seen it since it came out. I saw it the one time.
Joan Cusack is also in it.
It's pretty thrillery. It's pretty twisty. It's kind of
blown away too, right?
It's very blown away.
Still blown.
But yeah, no. So blown. No, I said blown. Arlington Road. If you haven't seen, honestly, tricky one to find. We were trying to find it right now. So that's so good luck to you. You may have to get inventive, or it's going to be found for free on YouTube. And then the other one that we were just mentioning, but Will, tell us about this one.
Yeah, so Blue Ruin. It's from the director of Rebel Ridge, which was one of my favorite movies from. It was last year, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's brilliant. I love Rebel Ridge.
Rebel Ridge is so good, and so this one, is the director's earlier work, and just based on Rebel Ridge alone, I was like, I want to.
He did Blue Ruin before Green Room, yeah.
I believe so.
Because we almost picked that for Oregon.
He did Green Room as well, did he? Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So this one is 2014. So we checked it out. So like I said, our non-sponsor sponsor who will one day sponsor us, Just Watch. Like I said, it's very, very hard to find Arlington Road. Good luck to you. But Blue Ruin is available on Prime right now. And like I looked it up, and its reviews are fantastic. So I'm really looking forward to this one. It's a tight 90 as well. So that's going to be a fun one. So join us next time as we head to the state of Virginia. As always, if you haven't already, why haven't you subscribed? We do this every week. We like to have some fun. We love to talk movies, and we also love to hear from you guys about what movies you think we should be doing. You can drop in the comments and let us know, or head to our Facebook page, The United States of a Movie. You can find me as That Englishman in Texas, or you can find me as Ollie Petticoat on Facebook, where I'm usually talking all things Texas, but I very often will as well on a Monday probably talk movies, especially regarding this podcast. Will, you can find him as Entitled Willennial. He's got a great little show that he does called On the Shelf, because he's only got 20 million movies. And a bunch of them I bet you've never heard of. And it's a great place to go and learn about cool movies you might want to watch. And as always, you can find Ryan as Rhino Digital, RYNO Digital. He's got a store that we post some stuff on our Facebook page as well, where you can find it, where you can find some of his movie poster designs, his Formula One designs, and some of his more interesting designs of weird and wonderful ideas we come up with here.
Yeah, the old gourd too didn't really.
Dude, I love that one. And like you put that one out in like fucking 3 seconds as well. Like wow, the speed with which
that poster lasted longer than the movie did in public's eye. Movie's so forgettable. I forgot it as I was watching it.
It's the exact opposite of the two movies we watched this week. This week was an absolute banger, guys. Thank you for those brilliant choices and for the really fun chat. And to everybody else at home, from me, from Ryan, and from Will, thanks for joining us for this episode of the United States of a Movie podcast. See you next time.